version of Smash. How are they going to fit any more characters onto the select screen?
They make them smaller.
Probably they'll probably just make the select screen bigger.
Holy crap, it's completely filled. This roster is huge. Apparently about to get bigger. Yeah, voting ends in what, 2 days? 3 days.
Yeah, I believe so.
Hold on, let me check one of my tweets. Let's see.
This looks so comfy in there. I may have to keep the box in here just so she'll have a place to lay down in. But no pillows. Every time Mom puts pillows in a box for Monkey to sleep in, he ignores it. He only likes the box bare bones. Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, there's 2 days left.
So this is going to be an interesting day coming up. I have to somehow get a whole bunch of this crap out of the way, just so I can fit a table in here to work on all of this.
That sounds like fun.
Oh yeah. You know, I could just spend the whole night sitting like this, maybe posing for everybody. I don't know.
I don't think Monkey likes the box.
Oh, she loves the box. She hasn't left.
As soon as my computer gets back up and running, I am going to eventually set up a gallery of all the Deep Dream Generator images that I've made by recompiling the same image over and over and over again until it can't morph it anymore. It makes it completely indistinguishable from the original image. And I am going to do it with nothing but not safe for work source pictures and turn them into safe for work. What the fuck am I looking at? This is the stupidest thing I've come up with doing, but the real results are fucking hilarious. Yay! Update 72 of 229. That's not even including all the updates that I need for the other programs that I will be installing in a little. Oh dear, this is going to take forever. No, I think I'm going to go off for a while. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.
Red.
I want a kitty. I miss having a kitty.
Shows by the server.
Let me guess, not just any kitty.
I want a real life kitty.
Well, they're not hard to find. This one I just looked outside and found. I mentioned the story a couple times already, but my mom and dad found her living underneath our RV. And eventually we started laying her into the garage just so she would have a place to sleep and be protected.
Full German Center channel.
And we eventually took her into our own into the house. Actually, she adopted us. That's the big secret about cats. Not really. You don't adopt cats; they adopt you. Funny thing though, we kind of already had a cat. Not sure what kind of cat that she was, but she was definitely an elderly cat and was feral as fuck. She was my grandmother's neighbor, my still living grandmother, on my mother's side. She lives like way out in the country. If you guys saw my video where I shot my hard drive, it's her farm. Anyway, the cat's previous owner passed away. He was confined to a wheelchair and was suffering from some kind of disorder, I think. But he passed away, and the cat was left to fend for herself for 2 years. She was living off of mice and small rabbits out in the fields. And she was living underneath my grandmother's house. Okay, my other grandmother, the one on my dad's side, she was at death's door. The folks saw that I was kind of depressed about that, and they decided to bring the cat home and adopt her to cheer me up. And she did. I'm not gonna lie. She was a good cat. My only complaint about her is that it's like the kind of cat to where if you have a relationship with a woman who happens to only want a relationship with a gun constantly pointed at your head. Like you will only be with me, motherfucker, that kind of thing. That's probably the only way I can really describe this cat. The second we brought her in, we put her in my closet along with a litter box and some food and some water. She lived in there for a couple days, and she came out and she started living on my bed. She didn't really leave my room ever for years. I tried taking her out of the room to explore the rest of the house, and she would run back into my room, hissing all the way, just going that kind of thing. Just everything outside my room pissed her off to no end. And because she didn't go anywhere, and because she didn't leave my bed or my closet, she got really, really fat. She got fat and got sick. She started sleeping in her litter box. No joke. She just laid down in her litter box. It was not
Poor
surprising
kid.
because after she already took a piss, already took a shit, that kind of thing. She just started sleeping in there. And it wasn't long after that I noticed that she did get horribly obese, to where she was dragging her belly all over the floor, trying to walk, but can't. She was mostly walking with only her front paws, and her hind legs are trying to walk along with the front legs, but they can't, so they're mostly dragging along with the belly. And we can't get her to leave the room. We can't get her to explore the house. And Mom and I had been talking for a long time about the idea that she's had a good run. She's in her 20s or possibly teens or possibly even 20s. That she's an elderly cat. It's time to it was past time to put her down. This was the only time I had ever seen an animal put to sleep. Yeah, I don't mean to bum everybody in the chat room off. Yeah.
I'll just keep looking at Monkey.
Let me move my arms so you can actually see her. Probably would help if I brought the box a little bit closer.
Bring it closer. Do eat.
But right now, she's too busy licking herself to care, so. Yeah.
It's like, hey, you don't move this box.
But yeah, it was during the past few months of this cat's life that we eventually took Monkey in, and these two did not get along at all. Actually, I take that back. Monkey wanted to get to know Patches. That was the cat's name. He wanted to get to know Patches, but Patches did not care about anything. She did not care for other cats. She did not care for any animals. We've had dogs in the house. We've had this monstrous poodle that my aunt Blue would bring over every time she came because she can't go anywhere without her dog. And this is an actual poodle. I mean, it's not one of those little French poodles. That's the big thing regarding poodles. The ones that you keep seeing, those smaller ones, those are actually French poodles. The normal poodles are about the size of German Shepherd. He's about this high. No joke. He is that tall. And even he was scared of Patches because she had all her claws and she was not afraid to use them at the drop of a hat. I knew that she was far gone when I took a pound purry and put it in her face. She hissed at it. She hissed at it and eventually just started swatting and beating away at it with her front claws. Now, for those that don't know what the hell I'm talking about, pound purries are like the cat version of pound puppies. Yeah, they tried branching out a little bit. I don't know if it panned out or not. I just know that I had one. It was a nice little peach-colored cat. Patches didn't care for even toy cats, so. I do remember one time I had Monkey under the covers one morning, She snuck into bed, and I was already in bed, about to pull myself out of bed, but I was awake. I noticed, oh crap, monkey here. There's gonna be some trouble. And sure enough, Patches gets out of the closet, comes into my bed, actually onto my bed, just hangs out for a little bit. Then she starts sniffing around. She gets an unusual smell. And then eventually she gets to the hole, the hole in my covers, to where Monkey could eventually be found. You can't really see her because she's a little further down underneath the covers, but the smell is there. She just takes one sniffy entrance and goes. She doesn't even see her, and she hisses.